If you look at the greatest stories ever written, the greatest films, the greatest movies, all of these, and the autobiographies, biographies of successful people, it's not based around, whatever number they had when they sold their company. It's built around what were the things that they did in the journey. That's what we're all here for. We're all here for the journey. So this video is going to be a little bit different than the videos I usually do, because if you're an entrepreneur and you're watching this video right now, I want to speak to you because this is a challenge that I've really faced in my time in entrepreneurship. Now, a lot of people, they look out, they see all of the success, they see the awards, they see the different things. But I think the reality is it's important to share not only the triumphs, the successes that you have, but also the challenges, the different things that you face along the way. And one of the biggest challenges that I've had is in delayed gratification and really thinking that, okay, after I achieve this goal, or after I achieve this goal, or this goal, or this goal, then I'll be happy, then I'll be fulfilled, then I'll be excited. But the reality is, after each goal, after each thing that you achieve, after each milestone along the way, as entrepreneurs, we have this insatiable desire, this thirst to reach the next level. And so once we get to that level, then we say, okay, now the next thing. Okay, now the next thing. Okay, now the next thing. And we keep stacking what that next thing is again and again. And the thing that creates is a lack of enjoyment for the journey and the process that you're on right now. So if you're an entrepreneur, I want to speak directly to you because I think a lot of you are going to resonate with this. One of the challenges that I faced, especially being successful from such a young, early age, and again, facing challenges. People see overnight success, but that was built over the course of a long period of time. People say that and they don't realize all of the work that went into it behind the scenes. But at the same time, I think one thing that was really prevalent throughout my growth was really this sense of delaying gratification. And if you watch any type of videos that talk about that kind of hustle mindset, that culture that, work, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, you can enjoy later, you can sleep when you're dead, those types of principles, I think to get somebody off the couch and to start are valuable. Because you have to kind of have that wake-up call to say, what am I doing? Like, what do I want to do? So I'm not saying those things aren't valuable. However, that being reinforced once you do get off the couch, once you do start working, once you do start building the life of your dreams, building the business of your dreams, is making sure that you're not building a life or business that's actually going to hold you hostage, or a life or business where you're so laser focused on that next goal, that next target, which again, it is important to be focused on the goal and target, but then putting all of your happiness, worth, and self behind it and locking it as a door. Now that can be very motivated to run as quickly as possible towards that door, but at the expense of the enjoyment and the journey and the process that you are on right now. And I think that the biggest thing that I've learned over time, and the biggest quote, if you take one thing away from this video, it's this. It's that the journey is the reward. I'll say that again. The journey is the reward. Instead of locking everything, all of your, reward, your fulfillment, your happiness, your success, your excitement behind a door that you're gonna run and reach and unlock the door and live in that for maybe a few hours, and then, oh wow, there's another door over here, and then you lock it again behind that next door, behind that next thing, right? Instead of doing that, still having that goal in mind is incredibly important. I want to be very clear. If you listen to Earl Nightingale, if you read any personal development, self-development books, and Napoleon Hill, right? That the goal, right? The things that you think about, you become what you think about. The pursuit of a goal, that is the key, right? The strangest secret is, you become what you think about. So thinking about your goals is going to help you achieve those goals. However, there's a difference between being laser-sighted on goals and pursuing them and saying, hey, I'm not gonna let anything stop me from pursuing my goals. There's a difference between that and basically saying, I want to sacrifice everything. I wanna not have enjoyment. I wanna not experience the moment. I wanna live in the future. I think as entrepreneurs, one of the biggest challenges we face is only living in the future, because we're a rare breed. We can see the future, visualize it, and then say, hey, this is what we're doing, and rally a whole team behind ourselves to achieve that future vision. However, when we're doing that, we have to remember to enjoy where we're at right now and enjoy the moment. So going back to the journey is the reward, this is something that I really realized over time, and I really started to value, because I started seeing myself saying, okay, I will be happy when I get my business to $100,000 or $10,000 a month the first time, $100,000 a month. Okay, when I get it to 250, when I get it to 500,000, when I get it to $1 million, when I get on the Inc. 5000, when I, move to Austin and have this amazing office. Okay, when I buy a building, when I do this, when I do that, when I have $1 billion business, right? But I think that the challenge is saying that I'll be happy when, or I'll have fulfillment when, or I'm finally going to, be fully fulfilled when, because it's not true. There's always a higher level. There's always something else to strive for. And that's something I love, becoming the best version of yourself, your business becoming the best version of itself every single day. That is the key. However, you have to also remember to enjoy the journey and love the journey in the process. One of the things that I've had written on my bathroom mirror for a long time, since I discovered this, is the journey is the reward. And I underlined is all caps. The journey is the reward. And let me back that up for a second here. Let's take a look at any of the greatest stories, movies, books, ever written, ever filmed, ever recorded. All of them focus on the journey. Take Lord of the Rings, for instance. How much time was focused after the ring was dropped into Mordor? Probably about this much in the book. Take Harry Potter, for instance. How much time was spent celebrating after Voldemort was defeated? Little afterwards, right? Just a little afterwards. It's literally less than a normal chapter in the book, and then when it comes to the movie, like 3 or 4 minutes. Versus an entire 7-book series, 8-movie series built around the journey. Now, are there challenges, trials, tribulation along the way? Is there growth? Is there success? Are there good times, bad times, things that happen along the way? But all of that is the reward in the journey. That's the key. The journey is the reward. If you look at the greatest stories ever written, the greatest films, the greatest movies, all of these, and the autobiographies, biographies of successful people, it's not based around, whatever number they had when they sold their company or when they retired or when they died. Usually they don't retire, right? But it's built around what were the things that they did in the journey. That's what we're all here for. We're all here for the journey. We're here to make an impact. We're here to make connections, to meet people. And so what I started looking at is, wow, I've got this amazing office. I've got this amazing team. I've got these incredible clients that are creating an impact, having this incredible impact on the world. By the way, I've got a new video coming out built around that impact. And make sure you subscribe, or I'll put it in the notifications once it's out. But subscribe, turn on notifications. You're not going to want to miss that video, especially if this resonates with you. But you want to have that impact. And the thing that I think about is it's not just about where we're going, it's also the journey to get there. If you look at, like a road trip, for example, if you go on a road trip, the journey is fun. It's not just about the destination. Why do you choose to do that versus flying? Well, you want to go with people. You want to have that shared experience. You want to find cool stops along the way, right? When you're looking at a story or a book or a success story, it's a story. It's not an ending. It's not a result. Because the reality is, a result can be defined in one sentence. Achieved this award. You got this revenue level. You exited a company at this price point. You became $1 billion business, right? However, that's just one little piece versus all of the things you did to get there, versus all the people you met, the impact that you had, everything that you created. So when you ask yourself as an entrepreneur, and I want to get a little vulnerable in this video, and again, let me know if you want to see more like this. I'm testing this out for the first time, so seriously, let me know in the comments, because I wasn't sure about doing this video yet, because this is a little different than what I've shared before. But what I really want, to encourage all of you to do is to love the journey, see the journey as the reward, and that, I think, is one of the biggest principles that I've learned, and that gets me excited every day. Excited every day to do what I love to do with the people that I love to do it with but the impact that I'm having. The journey is the reward. Thank you so much.